Is 871st day. I'm here to listen and learn. I'm learning how to support your dreams, your goals, and how to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about life teaching us. How life teaching us? Through what? So today I'll share 15 things that in what way life teaching us, because when we know that life is teaching us, then we able to say, okay, what is teaching? What lesson I need to learn from this experience? Because when we do not ask that question, a lot of times, even though that lesson was taught, we do not reflect on that and we do not get the message. And we repeat the same mistake. But when you understand that life is constantly teaching us every single day, we're supposed to and able to learn something new if we are intentional and really reading those lessons. So they will share the multiple things that's really how we're supposed to think and where we're able to gather those lessons. So number one is life is teaching us through relationships. It could be friendships, it could be family, friends, colleagues, co-workers. Every single relationship could potentially teach you. And what it could be teach you? How to be empathetic, how to communicate, really how to solve problems, maybe like some kind of conflict resolution skills. All those things are able to improve, get better. So like when we think about communication, when we think about how we communicate, and you able to ask, are you okay having this communication skill? Are you okay having this standard of communication, this standard of empathy, or do you want to increase it? Do you want to elevate it? And of course, the more you communicate, the more you have those relationships, the easier it is to build the skill set of better empathy, better communications, better conflict resolution. So that means that we need to say, okay, how are we able to improve through this relationship that could be better? Number two is adversity. And this is again very easy to understand, but still we a lot of times miss the chance to learn because adversity is teaching us resilience, coping skills, how to build process and systems in place when something is really bad happens that you're able to not fall off your habits. Really have that ability to keep strength with you during difficult times. So now one thing is that it's the bigger adversity you have, most time the bigger resilience that you build. And that's why when people say like, oh, adversity is a bad thing, a lot of times they say that people who go through adversity and choose to learn from it are the strongest people on earth. People who go through the biggest adversities and choose to use adversity for their own benefit are the strongest people on earth. And that's again, this is a blessing or curse. Sometimes it's very hard to understand because like both things it could be a curse if you choose to, and it could be a blessing if you choose to. Number three is through success. Life is teaching us through success. There's a lot of things that we learn through success because we look into like what really allows us to achieve that success. What allows us to achieve? And then you look at okay, hard work, smart work, determination. And when you know that those dedication and those things allow you to succeed, you know that next time you will do exactly the same thing to succeed as well. Because success is leads clue, so you know exactly what will allow you to achieve things, and now you keep doing the things that will allow you to succeed. Because we always need to ask what works, what doesn't. Keep doing what's working, and then we need to be able to adjust and pivot the things that doesn't work, and you get bigger and bigger results. Number four is through nature. Nature, I think that is teaching the beauty and adaptability, and really sometimes how is interconnected to life in general. Because there's like storms, there is beautiful days, there is mornings, like it's the seasons of life. Because a lot of times when you think about life seasons, it's very similar just nature seasons. We have our spring, we have our autumn, we have our summer, we have the winter, and we need to adjust our lifestyles based on the different seasons that we're in. Because if you really want to plant the seed in the winter, of course, that seed will die. We need to make sure that we planting seeds in the best time. And during the winter, we recover, we reflect, we make sure that we are prepared for the spring. Number five, through education. Education is very important because we're able to really broaden our perspectives, build the skill set, make more money. Really, I have the deep understanding of the world that we live in. Education is very, very important. I truly believe that every single person needs supposed to really invest just a little bit down per week on education. It doesn't matter what kind of education, but education must be done. Number six is through travel. Through travel is very important that again Travel is one thing that it could be adverse as well, because when you're going through travels, there's a lot of things, a lot of problems, a lot of challenges will come up, and you need to overcome. And that, of course, it teaches that you need to be open-minded. You need to see the different diversity of life and really appreciate the differences that the life represents, and in nature, in people, in everything between. Because when you move from one direction, from one place to other place, everything could be so different. Number 7, through reflection. And to believe that life is important, and one of the most important parts of life is reflect. Because you can have so many experiences, but you can never reflect on those experiences. How are you supposed to get better? So reflection is teaching us really introspection, that's able to awareness, and really ability to learn from mistakes. Because if you don't reflect, you're not able to learn from mistakes. Number 8 is through role models. So it means we're able to have mentors, we have some kind of people that even in the books that we read is role models. We're looking into the writer authors of the books and how do they live, how do they speak, how do they communicate, what kind of decisions they make, and why they make decisions. And of course, that allows us to really borrow values from other people, understand exactly what do they do, what allowed them to succeed, and really understand that integrity and the growth of a person and ability to change. Because most stories are based on where they were and where they became, so who they become, and of course that allows you to have the belief that you're able to do that as well. Number 9 is through change. Like always, life will have some transitions, changes, moving, starting a job, entering a new life stage, and at that moment we need to understand that we need to be very flexible, adjustable, we need to adaptable, because at the end of the day, change is we understand that there will always be change. That is constant change, and we always need to be adaptable and flexible to change with it. For joy, we always will have some joy as well, like happiness, love, fulfillment. That means that teaches really gratitude, appreciation, and being able to really having those pleasures of life, to be able to treasure those moments. Because we understand that the more we have those treasured moments, the more we're able to remember and bring ourselves in a great attitude, because gratitude, appreciation is one of the most beautiful things. Number 11 is through loss. I think loss is one thing that when you lose someone, you understand how everything could change very, very fast, and you start value people that you already have. Losing one person sometimes could save someone's life. Because when you lose it, you understand that no one is here permanently. So we need to value people more. So loss, even though that is very hurtful, but it's teaching us the value of valuing other people. And at the same time, it's really teaching how to grieve, how to accept people, because sometimes we don't connect with people because we do not accept something about that person. We have a conditional love. But loss a lot of times teaches us that we are able to love unconditionally, and we do not need to accept everything about it to love person. And it shows that life is fragile. Number 12 is through health. So maintaining health requires discipline, and it teaches us really prioritizing your health. It teaches how to prioritize the food, the exercises, how to prioritize yourself. And you're really making sure that you are disciplined in that. So health is very, very important to self-care. Number 13 is failure. And failure again teaches how to be resilient, how to have that humility. And when you fail, you understand that there's always room for improvement. So it teaches that, okay, so I failed, and understand that this failed is not that you failed, but you were not ready for it yet. So that means that you need to elevate yourself, that you could be ready for the things that. So it means failure is what you did, not who you are. This is probably one of the most important parts. That failure is not who you are, but is what you did, and be able to change what you do to make sure that you get different results. Number 14 is through responsibility. Taking on roles of responsibility is massive. Sometimes change. I have seen people who really, when they start having responsibility for the kid, for the team, they change completely because they understand the power of responsibility, because it teaches how to be accountable, sacrifice yourself for other people's needs, be a server. Because serving others is one of the most beautiful things that people could do, and I think that's a lot of times is one of the things that really allows to elevate human beings. And number 15, the last one, is like full time. Full time, people are able to learn full time. And full time, what is the most important part? People learn patience. Patience is one of number one thing that, and perspective, that you understand that through time you're able to get more and more perspective. And at the same time, through time you understand that small moments that you have had in the past matters, and you start to value the time uh, even more, and you start making the most of the time. So it means the more time goes by, the more you value the time that you have. I hope so, because every single time when you experience like, and you start to see this how fast the time goes, you start to value your time, because of course the time you have less and less time, and that less time requires you to value that time even more. So I hope that you reflect as well. Like, I think that of course it's not all the list, but there's more things that we're able to really think about how life is teaching us, and ask, do you really learn from it or ignore it? Because when you learn, improve, I think that it's much easier to have the amazing attitude, build your skills, and really achieve much more. So I hope that you will choose this one, and see you tomorrow.